Hi, folks. My name is I'm changing things around. My name is Theodore Cottingham, and I'm thankful to welcome you to this school and invite you to be a member. I invite you to subscribe. I invite you to commit to a new learning system, a system of learning that originates from within you, not outside of you. I help, guide, instruct. Oh, I ask a lot of questions. Make assignments sometimes. But I won't hold your hand like I've done so many times in the past. I'm taking a chance. I'm doing new things. I'm doing a new thing, and I'm doing it with the lovers who will commit to love, who will commit to love. You see, I'm no longer interested in teaching those who want to learn about love, who want to learn about the difference between control-based love and unconditional love, just to make things better for them, have a better life, patch up the old, but remain in the squalor of their previous thinking, conquered by artifacts of religion and ways of the past, pastorizing, pastors, teachers, people who want to learn instead of create. I'm interested in creators. This is the School of Creation. My name is Theodore Cottingham. And I'm not the infinite end all of everything. I'm just me, a simple man in Eureka Springs, 73. And now I have a few students. After 21 years. At times I've had a few in the past. In 2008, two students moved from different states to enter the school that I was beginning there as I lived in Tulsa for 40 years. But that didn't last long. The two people that moved to Tulsa to live there, to be in the school I was leading, decided to share an apartment. Suffice it to say, it wasn't long before they were at each other's throats. And soon, in a huff in the middle of the night, one left, and it wasn't long before the other one left. She couldn't afford to live in Tulsa alone, so she left. At different times, there have been people around the states that have communicated with me, connected with me, emailed me, asked this, asked that. But you see, this is a different time now. And I am me. You are you. I am me now, not 20 years ago. We are us now. We have this technology. We have this moment. And I'm changing how I do things, at least up here. My approach at the moment, the way that I'm thinking of it, the way that I feel. I've been teaching the world, but now I shall teach students. I know there's at least one student in this school now. I know. And several of you, several others have communicated with me, interacted with me, several of you, multiple times. I thank you. But see, I'm at the point this morning that I would rather teach one student than 10,000 who just want to learn, get what they can on the run, get what they can free, get what they can without doing the assignments, get what they can. I'd rather teach just one who is willing to become. So if you want to believe, and remain in your belief system, continue to learn line by line, precept by precept, study to show yourself approved, a workman, needeth not to be ashamed, quoting King James, using King James English, whatever it is. If you just want to learn, and be better in your present paradigm, I'm not your teacher. I'm interested. I'm looking for becomers, committers, who are ready to do new things, new ways, making use of technology, making use of our mind, no longer submitting to a nomenclature and a religious jargon, nor practices that keep us imbibed in the ways of the past that I call slavery to the flesh. So if you want to commit, I invite you to. But I'm looking for beginners or advanced, but people who are ready to do something, to act, to initiate, to risk, even though you may be afraid. I certainly had my apprehension, my deep concerns when I enrolled in my doctoral program. Every semester, the tuition was, I forget, about 3,000 or something like that. So I have a membership joining. At the moment, there's tuition. Is $100 a month too much? You decide. I'm teaching who want me, who want to hear my words, who are willing to consider them. You see, I'm interested in teaching teachers. I'm interested in pouring out my life. I'm interested in sharing me, my consciousness, my love. This is love-based. I am a love-based person. I am interested. I'm looking for you. If you want love, not. But if you're willing to become it, And in saying this, and beginning to teach students like this every day, most every day, I don't have it all figured out. I haven't written out the algorithm, the formula, but it's not going to be formulaical. This is a dynamic process that recognizes your creatorship, no matter how feeble you may feel like you are, or how powerless you've been taught that you are, or how much you must rely on some other force, source, ancient theories, or qualified authoritarians to teach you. So, if you're listening to this, and you're one of my students, if you're in this school, then I invite you to a new posture. A new operating system. To begin to create new expectations of you and me, of how we operate. You see, I'm not trying to create alone. I'm bringing forth the word of the Meonics covenant in flesh. I have taught this for years, and especially in this calendar year of 2024. So there's a foundation. If you're just coming into the school, there's a foundation which I suggest you avail yourself to, you immerse yourself in. This is not toy school. We're not toying with theories, nor are we concerned with debates and persuasive techniques. We are interested in preparing for the new beginning. I show you this picture. I got my non-glare cover for my tablet. I show you in this picture, and suggest that on one side is a paradigm of old, the old paradigm, the powerless paradigm. But it's the paradigm of now. It's the paradigm of industrial subterfuge, industrial conquerization, institutionalized religion. Or is it commerce? Or is it simply the production of a labor force? We labor, labor, labor. Always subject to some other authority. Always subject to somebody else who has the money. Always subject to a manager, a vice president, a president, somebody who signs the checks because we want money. What is it, Matthew 6:33? You can't serve God and mammon both. Or can you? Or do we know the difference even? Or have we not known the difference? So certainly, we've been conquered by the subterfuge of ambiguity or the promulgation of religion. But see, this is the past. This is the finite. The finite world tells you all of the world is outside of you. But I say, all of the world of the infinite is inside of you. And there's another way to learn, another way to operate. There's another completely new way to live as beings of light who create ourselves as beings of light, a new race of, not limited to mankind's mind anymore, promulgating a patriarchy and a patriarchal God that we should serve. So I am coming in to a new approach, a new mind, a light mind, the mind of light, the mind of originality, to originate with you new thought, new things, a new operating system. Where if you are in this school, if you are a student, you let me know it. And you communicate. And you begin to interact. And we begin to interact. At the table of one. Where I seem to be at this table and you seem to be at whatever your table, your desk, your counter. And we begin to interact through the words that are spoken. And the words that create the Creator's joy, the Creator's mind, the Creator's curiosity, the Creator's flow of religion no more, and no more of education, whose purpose is to give you a piece of paper to pronounce you competent, qualified to work for someone else. I'm interested in leadership, no matter what you've thought of yourself in the past. You see, I'm asking you to help create a school that you go through, interacting with me, because I am not above you and you are not below me. I don't have all the answers. And if I am not willing to learn from you, my student, you should not let me teach you. A bold statement for the paradigm of the now, the new creation of the new beginning. I'm no longer begging. There's tuition. There's commitment. Hours every day. If you're in the school, I want you to graduate. I want you to not need me. I want you to create a school. And where does all this come from in my intellect? My great powers of persuasion or intelligence, cognition? No. It comes from a humble heart. The heart of love, the heart that has been nimbleized. A nimble heart. As I began to channel in March almost daily in March of 2003. So there's a body of material that I'm drawing from, that I immersed myself in, that I became. I ate the words by day after day after day, immersing myself, not just in the knowledge, but in the surrender. The surrender to learn. Surrender to be corrected. Surrender to learn things beyond the visible, empirical, molecular, finite world. About our origin, about our future, about our now. And while so many are waiting on a man or a male figure, a patriarchal return of a deity, there are those who are rising up to sing the song of leprosy no more, but to leap with the delight that the deliverer has come. And it's not male. Not a deity. It's the common, ordinary people like you and me, who will begin to see who we are and begin to creating a new mind. A new mind, one that is, in fact, interconnected. Interconnected now by nouns, verbs, language. And we're not going back to the Tower of Babel, but in the origin of conceptual love, not, but in the origin of unconditional love is creation, created now again. There have been many iterations of creation. We have lived more than one life. We have lived many lives. But now the cycle of birth, death, birth, death, birth, death shall be broken. And we shall live forever. But not like dogs, not with the brutality that we have suffered at each other's mentality. fusion with the surroundings, to be limited by the surroundings, by the finite mind, the finite world, the words that distress us, limit us, creating fear. I'm asking you to sing a new song. See a new opportunity. Interact with me. In a cool way. Or am I asking you to create? I am asking you, Creator, to come alive and create with me. That excites me. I'm not the one you're trying to please, even if I'm your teacher. I'm asking you to bring forth in you, the Creator, that's you, that's really you, that's you. It's not separate from you. It's not a divine deity somewhere else, somewhere afar off, that you're hoping will come back and solve all your problems. Bring alive today the Creator, the Creator, the Creator's Creator, the Creator. That's you. And interact with me as creators, where we are beginning to learn, where you are beginning to learn Database 1, the 7 volumes of Database 1, the 2,400 lessons of Database 1, of the Meonics Covenant that actually has many databases, well, about 20 databases or more, of channelings for you to begin to channel too. Why? To bring forth your new operating system, the new system of learning from within you, no longer limited to any person's words. So you who are in this school, if you're in this school, if you commit to the school, if you will interact with me, I will interact with you. I am interacting with you, who now want to do a new thing, a new way, with a different operating system, to learn from the infinite within that your power, your joy, your ability to lead is all within you. Communicate with me. At the moment, we don't have a discussion forum set up to interact with each other. We may do that. That might be nice. But at the moment, this communication is spawning something that unlimited is. The new of for you to be it. Birthing a new you, a new operating system, a new way to learn, a new communication with me that maybe I can help bring forth. That maybe help accelerate the new birth of a new creation that's not limited to time, space, or gravity, nor the molecular world, nor your paycheck, nor a manager's review, where you hope to get a incremental raise to your wage. We've been put down told to shut up, do our job. Don't make waves. Don't make waves, just produce widgets. Friend, there's more for you than was ever taught to mankind, humanity, people of earth. So if you're in this school, if you commit to this school, if you're a student in this school, interact with me. Email me every day. Email me when you have a question. I can tell you, I don't want a bunch of email. But what do I want? It's not that I want email. It's not that I want just random thoughts. But I want to facilitate creation of the Creator in you who are in this school. I'm teaching students now. So we're forging something together. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you touch it? Can you smell it? Can you sense it? Can you hear my motive? Can you feel my motive? Create. Bring forth the Creator. Bring forth the Creator that is not subject to you and that you are not subject to, but that is you. See this day your ability to think and reveal to you in your own words of your own writing, in your own speaking in a new way. You see, to cast your pearls before swine no more. I'm asking you to be used. My humanity no more, to be a human, separate from the creatorship of your power, to create you as the creator of you. Do you see what I've said? Will you listen? Will you learn? Will you speak? Will you interact? Will you commit? Are you interested in being a student rather than a listener? I appreciate the listeners. I appreciate new listeners, new subscribers. I invite you, subscribe on my website, to my email. I started calling them my mini teachings, where when I have a thought, and I recorded and written so many notes of multiple paragraphs that address a certain something. And so I can send those out. I send those out. You can subscribe on this YouTube channel. And in fact, most of you know, I think, if you click on the subscribe, maybe you have to do it twice. The first one subscribes and the second offers you a little notification bell. So it notifies you when I come online. It gives you a little notification. But see, there's more ways to do this if you're interested, if you're serious. Where you want to create, you don't want to just learn and learn and learn and learn and sit there and eventually die. So there's multiple ways to do this and interact as a school. I'm beginning increasingly within me to learn to operate with my students, my school, for you to create yours. You see, I sent out an email a few days ago. I haven't heard from anyone, but I sent out an email. And I said, your assignment is to create a school. So it went to 45, 44 people. So reading that email may be a shock to your system. But let's define where we're going and let's be strategic about it and not religious. And not limited by the educational standards of the American system. Common normalcy. I don't want to be normal. I don't want normal. I know what love is. And I know the teacher will teach, whether you call it divine or not, whether you call it the Holy Spirit or not, whether you call it your inner voice or not, whether you call it Ralph, Oscar, Betty, Sue, or whatever name. Unconditional love transcends the syllables. Unconditional love is an energy of creation that is infinite, an infinite field that's not dipolar. It's not dependent on molecular spin or the shells of your electron or the way molecules are bound or move about. We're coming in to the knowledge. We're coming into the mind. We're coming into the motivation. We're coming into the operating system. Of perfect love. Perfect unconditional love. To love each other. To operate with each other. To create. To collaborate. To create. To write. To invent. To discover. To lead. All of us to be leaders. And this is where I am, and this is my message. So I hope and I pray to you who are listening to listen to this again from the beginning. Go to my website, theodorcottingham.com. It is a school. This is a school. You have a school within you. You do? Yes. Are you going to let it out, or are you going to dam it up? Are you going to let everybody else damn you? Tell you what you are, who you are, how to be, how to live, how to think, how to wear your clothes, what to wear, when to beware? If that's all you want. I'm not the school you want to be in. But I'm leading. And I often adjust the light. I'm looking for new ways. Not to concede, but to conceive. Not a popularity contest, but a creation of you who will lead now in your world and not be limited by it. So you will no more be conformed to the limits placed upon you by man or patriarchy. You'll come out. You'll come out. You see, to come out of the operating system that has so limited you to a world of joy, to a world of interaction, to a world of creation, to a collaborative cohort, a group, a classroom across time and space. Well, let's start with this one first. You see, Neo, if you choose to follow the white rabbit, it may go a lot farther than anyone has ever told you, taught you, or even farther than what you're willing to imagine at the moment. But let not your imagination be crushed anymore, or simply trying to capitalize on it to produce a new widget. But let's produce new creations. New creations. And this is my message. So if you're interested, you may be wobbling, indecisive, ambivalent, apathetic. No, you wouldn't be listening if you were those. You wouldn't be apathetic, ambivalent. But let's no longer be ambiguous about our goal and where we're going. You can listen to the last 3, 4, 5 lessons that I've taught like this. You can listen to 500. Don't you see there's over 2,000 online? But it's very real to me. I can teach and teach and teach and teach and teach and teach and teach like I've been doing. And maybe have thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers on YouTube. Send my email to millions of people. And it's possible that they can all be learners wanting to learn. Believe. Do better, get better, have more power. Understand. But are you willing to conceive the knowledge that I'm imparting, that you can begin to learn, to impart to you through a birthing process where you are the creator and not the legend of someone else? And that's why I said earlier, drinking my coffee this morning, I thought I'd rather have one student than 10,000 who just want to learn and continue doing things the same way that they've always done. Let out you. Let the creator out of you. Let the creator in you be the one that you are to facilitate seeing you and create interaction with me as a school, as a student, a teacher. A student is not above his master. Where'd that come from? But a student who is, when ready, will become as the master. Teacher. I'm no one's master. Developer, maybe. Cultivator, encourager, guide, cheerleader, coach, teacher, leader for you to lead you in a new way of living, a new way of thinking, a new operating system for your consciousness where it is no longer conquered by everybody else who has told you what life is and how to live it. What a contrast. This is light school. This is energy school. Life as we have known it will no more conquer us. And that's my message. That's my lesson. So I don't know what our classroom may look like, but we will have a classroom. We will have multiple and many classrooms, because there will be many teachers. And one will look just like you. If you begin to see the operation of heaven. No longer being in hell, no longer held in the finite, will you enter the infinite. You see, one of the great differences in the paradigm of so many, you see this figure in the center of this picture. You can look at it and say, oh, he means him, or Jesus, or God, or him. I look at this picture, and in the center, I see you. Interact with me. Commit. Learn. You don't, what is that verse? You don't start building a house and then count the cost. You count the cost. What is the cost? What is the cost to create a new you? Your old you. You give up your old you. You begin to see the creatorship, that you have the power of creation. The power of life and death is in your tongue. So I don't know how all this is going to shake out. You see, this is very, very dynamic. I'm not sitting here with all of the answers that have this figured out, where I have it all outlined. And I've made a plan. Let's be strategic, but not rigid. This is very dynamic to facilitate the uniqueness of you, your experience, your mind, your fashion preferences, whether you are gay or straight, whether you're black, white, red, blue, green, or yellow. I'm talking, I'm inviting, I'm sharing. I'm sharing with you. To come out of the paradigm of the past. So we no longer work the assembly lines of religion. Eternal ramifications. Will you no more be afraid of lack? Will you no more be afraid of a bad review? Will you no longer be sick and tired of a manager trying to protect their turf? Where are we going? I'm interested in students who commit to walk a new path and will help create it. with the operating system of unconditional love, inherent respect, innate equality, where we begin to see and interact and collaborate. And you see, if you email me and you talk with me, you ask me questions, I may email you back immediately. I may email you back about that a week later when I have an answer. But frequently, I answer your question in class like this, where you ask me something, and then I become conscious of your question. I become conscious of your request. So my consciousness has connected via your email, your words, with your consciousness that seeks to know something. So when you seek with love, if you seek from love, unconditional love, love will begin to answer. And the way that many times answers come will be just like this, in a lesson, a recording, a teaching that I make just like this, a day or two, several days later. The consciousness of one is coming about. The completion, are you willing? Are you willing to complete some new connections and create with the Creator's crown of joy that you begin to wear, seeing you're not separate and you're not limited from it? Will you create with new colors? Will you wear new colors, new energy? Begin to understand and utilize new vocabulary. Make new friends. I hope so. I love you. This is my message to you this day. So, I think I'll end with this picture. I've been teaching, in one sense, with no end in sight. But I'm changing, and I make a change. In the Meonics Covenant and Database 1, you can find the words if you want to search for them, see them for yourself. Tell them all, an hour a day, minimum. 1 hour a day, minimum, with me. If they don't spend an hour a day with me, minimum, they don't spend an hour a day with me, they're not serious. Tell them they're not serious at all. They're just playing. Toying. And if they're serious, tell the serious it's 3 hours a day. So if you're serious, are you serious about the school? Are you spending 3 hours a day? I don't know. I'm not issuing you a time clock, punch a time card. But I'm sharing with you words that I have channeled, creating a new operating system for the new beginning. Mnemonics is crucial to reference and understand the idea of mapping, linking, coming into the operating system of the crown of one that is the consciousness of one. I love you. I love you all. See you later. I've said a lot. I've asked. I've instructed. I've assigned. And I invite your communication. TheodoreCottingham.com. There's a contact page. If you want to communicate, you can begin that way. If you want to be a member of the school, you can become a member. You can commit. I'm going on. I love you. I love you. Please don't shortchange yourself anymore. I want you to have a microphone. I want you to use it. Green light. You have some kind of device, you're using YouTube to listen, or whatever platform you're listening on. My desire is not for you to always be my student. My desire is for you to create a school. Because unconditional love is a flow. It is action. It is motion. It is energy. It is comprehension. It is consciousness itself of creation. Creating itself, the consciousness of creating the consciousness of creation. And who will be it? So that you increasingly learn at the table of one. You see, there's much you can learn from my teachings. But what's really important is for you to be at the table of one, where you are creating your creation again by your voice. Let there be light. See a new song and begin to send it, not to be discarded, but sing it for those who will sing the same song, not of evolution, but of creation. You being the creator and create. Where you come as a little child to your desk, where you pick up your pen and you allow you to begin to write to you. No longer separating from your creator and being the creation. Now understanding why Jesus prayed in John 17 that we all might be one, the Creator and the created. We have the power. Thank you for sharing and listening. Accepting the mission. This mission will not self-destruct in 5 or 10 seconds. You have waited for this moment, many of you. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear you teach and explain. And who am I? I am millions. See your students this day. Be not afraid of teaching. Learning a new vocation? Yeah. A new power? I'm here for now. And I am surrendering to be me in new ways, continuing to refine our process of communication, of interaction, of creation. If you see me, do you know me? If you see me and know me, I'm trying to give you the torch, the baton. To lead. Lead now. Learn to lead. We'll help each other. And people that look nothing like us may be in our class. We may Zoom. We may use the Zoom video platform for a while. We may connect over that. Tell me what you'd like. Tell me what you have the ability to do. Tell me what's in your heart. Get the word out that is in you, that creates you, your dream, your vision, things that you've known in you all of your life, you've sensed, you've felt, you've known you were a part of. Your microphone is waiting for you. Let's create. Not just a delivery system, but the consciousness of creation among all the lovers of light who will be the light, for you are the light of the world. TheodoreCottingham.com. I love you. Please reread this, transcribe it. Have it transcribed. Put it through your TurboScribe AI. Record it. Outline it. Write a paper about it. Summarize it. But let not the birds of the air come and eat the seed that I have sown this day, please. I love you. Let me know. Good day. Theodore Cottingham with the School of Creation, TheodoreCottingham.com. For you to commit and not just learn my way, but create yours with the same love of one. Good day.